Devin was launched 2 years ago as the world's first AI autonomous software engineer. Back then, Devin wasn't that good. There was even this viral video called Debunking Devin, which was debunking some claims that Cognition was making at Devin's launch. I recently saw this post by Alex where they're putting Devin ads on billboards, saying, "Remember Devin? It's actually good now." This is pretty funny because they're pretty much like self-aware that it wasn't that good when it launched, and now it's actually good. So in this video, I'm going to be putting that to the test. I was given a free max plan so I could test out Devin. So I'm going to be breaking down my first impressions, my thoughts about Devin, what are the pros, what are the cons, and I'm going to be letting you know if you should try it yourself. To start off with, Devin is basically an AI software engineer that runs in the cloud. So you basically give it a prompt and pick a repo and it'll go and build it. You might be thinking that I pretty much just described every AI coding tool. You give them a prompt and they build what you want. But what I'm leaving out is that Devin has a lot of little features that pretty much make it a magical experience to use. I was pretty much blown away in the few days that I was testing this, and I'll go into why now. So the first thing is that Devin pretty much works end to end. So you give it a task and you basically get a finished PR that has been reviewed, all the comments got addressed, and it's pretty much come back with proof that it tested its changes. I'm going to be using this chat as an example. I pretty much gave a simple prompt, implement the next task in the next steps markdown file for one of my side projects. And what I got back was a full PR. It ran Devin review on it. It fixed all the bot comments in the PR. So when I was handed the PR, I was pretty much finished. All the comments already addressed. And the craziest thing is that it gave a full video of its testing. So you can see here that it's just showing a video of Devin going through the dashboard and testing what it just built. What I built here was this pronunciation part. And it's just showing me like all the different UIs here. And the best part is you might be thinking, oh, it's just a video. Like you can set that up in other tools too. But the craziest part is that it also comes with this sidebar here. You can see it's kind of like unit tests for front end. It's got 3 passed, 0 failed. It logged in, and you can see it's like it sort of uses the unit testing terminology too. It starts with like it should show pronunciation card with word badges for low confidence words. It shows that it tested that part, so you can see like what it tested as well. And if you think of any other edge cases, you can ask Devin to test it in a follow-up prompt. And you can just see here they have timestamps as well. So if let's say I want to look at like this specific test case, I can click it here and pretty much see it in the UI already. This is like one of the craziest features that I was mind blown by when I started using Devin. It just makes verifying its work so much easier because you can just watch a recording of what it built and click through timestamps really easily. So the testing video is pretty useful, but there's also another insanely useful feature called this test report. If I open it here, basically, alongside the video, Devin also writes up a report about what it tested. So you can see here it has a summary, the test data that it set up, test results. You can see the 3 things that it tested in the video as well. It's in text form if you want to review it and see if it missed anything to test. Basically, seeing these test results just gives you so much more confidence in the PR. And the last thing for you to do is review the actual code because you know the feature works based on the video and the test plan. Now you just need to like review the actual code to make sure it's all good. And also attaches evidence. This is pretty crazy. When you click these are basically attached images. I can't click it now because I've already archived the chat. But if you click these, it opens images, which is like screenshots of what Devin did as proof that it tested things. You can also see here, when I scroll down, it attached proof of some follow-up changes that I asked for. Because here I asked for some small changes and Devin basically applied the changes and gave me screenshots, which is pretty crazy. So I can see it here. So I don't even need to like spin up the dev server and test it myself because Devin's pretty much just given me evidence. Now the next useful thing that Devin comes with, which I didn't even think I needed to be honest, but basically it suggests skills. So when Devin tests a feature and it thinks it can improve a skill or create a new skill for testing that'll help future Devins test better, it suggests one. So for example here, it suggested updating a testing skill that I already had about testing the dashboard, and so that future Devins know to test that part of the dashboard so that there's no regressions and also to make sure everything's all good. And it even comes with a one-click create PR button here, which I didn't use because I created it down here. But yeah, it's just like a really like small but actually nice quality of life feature that helps future Devins test better. Another small thing which I can't show here because this is already an archive chat. Basically, this is what Devin's desktop looks like, and when it's testing a feature, you can actually watch it test it live via this desktop tab, and you actually take control of the tab. So if you see that Devin's on a UI and you want to take control of it, you can actually click it like a take control button and use it yourself, which is pretty cool. This next feature isn't specific to Devin, but it's also by Cognition, so I thought I'd mention it because I was actually blown away by this one. It's called DeepWiki. So DeepWiki, it basically creates like a very detailed documentation for your repo. I didn't even get it to make this actually. It just like automatically did it when it first worked in my repo. So you can see here they've got like an overview. We've also got stuff about the features. It has references to different parts of the code like architecture. It also includes like these diagrams, which is pretty useful. It includes tables, other useful flow diagrams. And it's just like very well structured, super detailed. If anyone's like onboarding into your code base, it's like extremely useful. And also just for agents to understand your code base better. That's it for the pro section. I just wanted to focus on a few really cool, unique things that Devin has that other products may not have yet. They were basically things that blew me away in my few days of testing. Now, going on to the cons, there's actually only one con. Oh, actually, there's two. First, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Obviously, the cost. I'm on the 200 USD plan, and I've used 77% of my weekly quota in like 1 or 2 days. To be honest, this is pretty expected because obviously it's doing a lot, as I mentioned before. Like it's doing the end-to-end tests, it's writing up the test report, it's addressing PR comments, like creating the PR, doing the review. I feel like the quality that you get is like really high, and it's actually pretty worth it because you just get handed a PR that's already been tested. You have the proof of the testing, you have a recording, test report, and you pretty much just have to review the code and merge it in or make any small iterations. So I think in terms of quality, it's pretty worth it. Over time, as models get cheaper, cloud agents like Devin will get cheaper. And I think that's where it'll really shine because they've already got the whole ecosystem and product really well built. It's just waiting for models to get cheaper pretty much. So yeah, the biggest downside is the cost. Now, the second downside is actually somewhat related to cost. It's that cloud agents aren't as good at front end. When you do front end, you usually want to give a prompt, you want to iterate on something and then see what it looks like instantly. But for cloud agents, they're a bit slower. So you gotta like give the prompt and then you gotta like look at it through a recording or a screenshot basically, or else you won't be able to see it. This is like a lot slower for front end iteration compared to just running it locally. So yeah, front end's a big weakness. But the reason why I say it's related to cost is because when cloud agents get cheaper, we'll be able to spin up like 10 Devins. We'll be able to see like 10 different prototypes and then merge in the one we like the most. But at the moment, I think front end is better to just do locally. And for Devin, I try and keep tasks that where I know what the output should look like, or I know that it's going to get the UI correct. So more like full stack features or back end type features, or maybe front end features where I know what I want it to look like and I can describe it. But for front end iteration, I kind of like just using like Claude Code or Codex and just iterating locally. Now to end off the video, should you use Devin? In my opinion, yes. It's one of the best AI tools that I've tried so far. It's clear that they've put a lot of effort and care into this product. You can pretty much see that they dog food this every day. Everything just makes sense in the product. There's so many like little UX things that are surprising. They're like very nice and like, oh wow, I didn't know I needed that. So overall, to describe Devin's workflow, you pretty much give it a task and you get a finished PR that's been tested. It has proof that it's been tested and you can watch over the recordings or screenshots. All you have to do is look over the code and do a couple of small iterations or just merge in the PR. So I think it's like very high quality, which obviously comes with a higher cost. But overall, I think it's very worth it. And I think, in my opinion, you should try it. All in all, I would definitely recommend trying out Devin. It's one of my favorite tools now. I'm definitely going to keep subscribing. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos on AI tooling, tips, workflows, and different things that just get released every week because AI is always changing. Thanks for watching.